Yes, good morning, Mike. Well, as you can see, we're here in front of London's most famous landmark, Tower Bridge, soaring above the Thames here. We know a bit about heights, of course, at BT, because I calculated this morning we have to climb 108 steps every morning just to get to our studio. Well, Tower Bridge is about twice as high, but we're not here to watch somebody go up it, but to watch people come down it. And if you look at the top of the bridge there, you can see a little figure. It's a Marine commando who's letting down a long rope, 150 feet of it, which is 500 feet, I beg their pardon, which is going to come all the way down here to this pier behind us. And down that rope in about an hour and 20 minutes, 2 men are going to slide, 2 policemen, never done this sort of thing before until very recently in their lives, to raise money for Great Ormond Hospital for Children, Great Ormond Street Hospital for Children. And they're with us now. Gil Boyd, Bob Reynolds, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
A dreadful thing to do at any time of day, but really rather uncomfortable, I should have thought, this time of the morning. You're feeling happy, Gil?
After last night's ale with the Royal Marines, obviously, yeah, a little bit apprehensive. But
that was necessary lubrication for sliding down the rope, wasn't it?
Without doubt, without doubt.
This is actually, something you've hardly done before, is that right?
We've been down there for training for a week with the Royal Marines at their training establishment.
Down in Devon?
With an intensive course, that's right.
And that hasn't put you off at all?
No, it hasn't, not at all.
Well, good luck. Well, we should be back here in about an hour and 20 minutes to see the lads and how they get on, and we trust it'll all go well. Till then.
Thank you, Paul. Makes you feel very guilty, doesn't it? Gil's going to abseil down. And out to try the fastest way down live on breakfast time is Cambridgeshire policeman Gil Boyd, and our reporter Paul Burden. He's not coming down with him, but he is there nevertheless. Morning.
Definitely not coming down with him, Selina. Well, you can see the rope extending down from the North Tower to the pier by St Catherine's Dock, which is where I'm actually standing. It's about 420 feet in length, and it descends about 140, 150 feet. And PC Gil Boyd will be coming down here in about a quarter of an hour. He'll descend very rapidly indeed. I'm told by the Royal Marines, who've been setting this all up for the past hour, that he'll be reaching speeds of about 60 miles an hour, himself and friend Bob Reynolds. They're doing all this, as you said, for charity, for Great Ormond Street.
Well, watch this.
Watch this. You are about to find out, I should tell you. And I don't think you'll fancy it after this either. It is time now, at 8 minutes to 8 on breakfast time, to rejoin Paul Burden at Tower Bridge, where Police Constable Gil Boyd is about to descend from the top of the bridge in rather less time than it takes most of us to go down a flight of stairs. Paul.
That's absolutely right. Actually, not strictly speaking abseiling, but a death slide. What we're seeing here is an unusual exercise in cooperation between the Royal Marines and the police. The Royal Marines, a detachment of 12 from our company, have been here since early this morning, putting up this great 420-foot rope slide that you can see behind you here. And I think that's Gil Boyd we can see on the edge of the parapet, and he should go any second now. And when he starts to go, he'll be moving at about 60 miles an hour, and he'll cover the ground in about 13 seconds, cover the rope in about 13 seconds, that is, and he's positioning himself. He's done this before in quarries over a slightly shorter distance, but never this distance, and never so far, and until recently, never at all. And I think he's just getting himself ready. All that he holds on to is a loop of rope, and there he goes. Down he comes, and I'm quite glad I'm not up there with him. And the thing is, he's going to stop now. You can see the smoke actually coming off the loop, and he has. 3 guys there to help him. The important man was Steve Groves, who you can't see in the background, who's actually holding onto the brake rope. Great clap from the people who are here. A lot of people turned out to watch him. I think we're going to have a word with him as he gets off.
Yep, beautiful, it is.
Gil, that looked terrifying. How was it?
Exhilarating.
Can I just have a look at your rope there? You seem to have burnt quite a hole in the thing there.
We have. That's the normal thing, actually.
That's quite normal. Yes, I thought for an awful moment it was actually going to burn through and you were going to go plummeting in the Thames, where the river police, we should say, were actually waiting in case anything went wrong. You haven't actually done this before, or at least you hadn't done it until a week or 2 ago. Did you not feel any anxiety coming down?
No, not really. I worry more about you chaps down here, actually.
Worried about us?
Yes, watch out the police.
I can't think why. Remind us, it's to get money for the Great Ormond Street Hospital.
Hospital for sick children at Great Ormond Street.
How much are you hoping to raise?
Well, hopefully, we've guaranteed 2,500, but there'll be a lot more coming in, as we promised this morning from the sponsors.
A very good call. A lot of people will be with you out there.
Thank you very much.
Now back to the studio.
Thank you very much. See what I mean about abseiling? Simple, really, when you see how.
That is terrifying. God.
Wakes you up first thing in the morning, doesn't it, though?
Wake me up, I'd have passed out by the time I got it. Mind you, I don't like heights anyway, not like that.
Well, I did a wonderful.
Threw themselves off Tower Bridge today. There's no panic. It's simply a stunt to raise money for a children's charity. But for all those watching with their feet on the ground, it did look for a moment as if one of the Marines had gone a bridge too far, too fast.
They called it Operation Death Slide, the latest and most dangerous in a series of stunts attempted by the policemen to raise funds for a London children's hospital. The ground and the Thames are 175 feet below. as PC Bob Reynolds plummets down on a thin wire rope. With the flying policemen safely grounded, the Marine Commandos give London's rush hour a demonstration of their skills. The slide takes seconds, but the soldiers can reach speeds of more than 30 miles an hour. This is the Marines' famous swallow dive. This slide is called the Diplomat, with an appropriately attired commando using an umbrella to make an unconventional landing. Some were nonchalant and made it look so easy, while others caused a few commuters' hearts to skip a beat.
They've gone back to Tower Bridge for the most nail-biting bit of daring-do yet. Stephen Cole reports.
Early morning commuters crossing Tower Bridge and tourists on river buses were treated today to the daredevil couple's most spectacular stunt to date. PC's Gil Boyd and Bob Reynolds have already built up a name for themselves as stuntmen. They'll try almost anything to raise money for sick children. For this, they had 4 days special training at the Royal Marine Commando School in Devon. The Marines were on hand today on the ground and 180 feet up to make sure that absolutely nothing went wrong.
Is it very dangerous? It is if things start going wrong, if they let go of the strops or something twists within the strop, which is the small rope that goes over the main rope. It can cause a very serious burn, or consequentially it can cause death if they fall off.
First to go was Gil Boyd. He became involved in fundraising when his 4-year-old son Thomas was treated for a hernia when he was born at Great Ormond Street Hospital. Since then, he and Cambridge police partner Bob Reynolds have raised thousands of pounds for the hospital. The journey down the 440 feet rope took no more than 15 seconds. Then it was his turn to watch as his partner Bob came down.
Bob's now off. The worst part is that first drop because they've got the road below you. As you know, the vehicles are using it this morning. And that's it. Nice outstretched feeling, and Bob's away. And that's the brake. You can see the brakes applied. A lot heavier than me, Bob, but Steve, one of the lads over there who's the brake man, actually stopped him from ploughing into the wall, which it was all about.
With both men's feet firmly back on the ground, it was a glass of champagne to celebrate another £2,500 raised for charity. This time the hospital will use the money to buy a blood monitoring system. Afterwards, and not to be outdone, the Royal Marines staged their own series of spectacular stunts. One went very nearly badly wrong. Sergeant Bob Clark, dressed as a waiter, hit the bridge. Luckily, he wasn't badly hurt. He only needed a plaster. He couldn't have had a better doctor, though. Surgeon Commander Rick Jolly, no less, OBE, who yomped over the Falklands with a Paras, played nursemaid. As for Gil and Bob, now it's back to the drawing board in the training school to plan their next fundraising spectacular, abseiling down London's Telecom Tower later this year.
Tomorrow, another
Tower Bridge. They called it Operation Death Slide, the latest and most dangerous in a series of stunts attempted by the policemen to raise funds for a London children's hospital. The ground and the Thames are 175 feet below, as PC Bob Reynolds plummets down on a thin wire rope. With the flying policemen safely grounded, the Marine Commandos give the London rush hour a demonstration of their skills. The slide takes seconds, but the commandos can reach speeds of more than 30 miles an hour. This is the Marines' famous swallow dive. The next slide is called the Diplomat, with an appropriately attired commando using an umbrella to make an unconventional landing. Some made it look so easy, while others caused a few commuters' hearts to skip a beat. It looked realistic enough from the ground, but the fake fall was just another part of the commando's repertoire. Paul Davis, News at 10 at Tower Bridge.
We know the feeling. Good night.